Welcome to Season 6 of the Long-Winded One podcast. This is Spoiler Sessions, Lit RPG, the only show where spoilers don't spoil anything. We're digging into fan theories, side characters, and the lore authors left in the drawer.
All right, well, welcome everyone to episode 13 of season 6. I have Hunter Mythos with me this week to count down. We're in 20 weeks out, Hunter, to Lit RPG Con. Can you believe it?
I know, right? Yo, 305 represent. It's your boy Hunter Mythos out here with Jared the Long-Wind One. And I won't lie, y'all caught me after a night out in Miami. So if I'm a little out there, you know, it is what it is.
Hey, I'm psyched that we could have you. I like I told you before, I'm trying to only do one per week. I'm not crazy like Pop or Rec. Some of these guys, and they're all like amazing people, but like I can't do more than one, and usually more than one interview a week. And I was actually full up. And then Troy asked me to switch, and you were the first person I reached out to, buddy, because I have been dying to get you here. It sounds weird to say in my chair because it sounds like it's like a counseling session, but
it's okay. I could use some counseling.
Well, I have a surprise guest for you, Hunter,
really?
and I normally don't invite this person in or the special guest in until about halfway through.
It's not a hater. It's not a hater, is it? I got a ton of those.
Well, you'll have to ask him. I don't know. So I'm going to invite him in real quick here. Here
hey, what's up, man?
What the fuck is this? Is that my narrator? I thought we were supposed to talk to each other.
I thought that was the rule too. You know, they kind of keep us separated. You know, like them K-pop groups. You got to keep them in their own little domicile, man.
They keep me separated from you. It must be like we're too dangerous together or something. You know.
I guess so.
Daryl,
hey, don't have me coming in Miami though.
Oh no, we're too damaged. You don't want to hang out with me, bro. I rep 305 all the time.
Oh man.
Daryl, you mentioned K-pop. Now you got to be careful when you mention musical taste because there's going to be a karaoke this year night at Lit RPG Con, and you know there might be some pressure to do some K-pop songs there for you guys. You think?
I'll tear up some Soulja Boys. Don't get me on there, man.
I'll support all of you in the background. I'll provide a little shimmy, you know, be a little background like dancer to y'all. Y'all can sing it up, chop it up, whatever. I'll just be like,
I'm gonna hold you to that, Hunter. I'm a jump around guy, so I might need some background dancers back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, so we have Daryl Mayfield here that's with us, and Hunter, he is special to you because, well, for probably more than one reason, but he narrates your Path of the Slayer series,
and he fucking kills it.
Absolutely.
Much appreciated.
You're killing it. You and Jessica.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks. It's a fun story. Like.
I know. When I heard about you, I was like, I bet he's gonna enjoy this.
Oh yeah. Especially the second one has been a blast. Just trying to stay away from spoilers for nobody who's heard it. There's just like some scenes in there that just go bananas. Oh, the bad guys. The bad guys are fun to play too. My lord, love it.
Oh, come on. Tell me you enjoyed the part where they reached the dragon camp.
Yeah, I did. I did like that part. Like that was crazy. And then you had me play like this half spider dude. I was like, oh snap.
So Hunter, do you make decisions now to kind of mess with Daryl a little bit when you're like, oh, I could do this, you know, whatever it is. I know a lot of narrators do that, or a lot of authors do that to their narrators.
I don't have to. That's just me naturally.
That's you naturally.
That's just me naturally, bro.
So I didn't do a proper introduction for you, Hunter. So let me do that now. So you and it's okay. Spoilers, a little bit of spoilers are okay on this show.
Fine.
So we'll people that are going to tune into this are probably very familiar with you. They're going to see your name and they're going to want to come in here. But you are the author of the Rogue Ascension series, the Overpowered Wizard series, the Apocalypse comedy series, and the Path of the Slayer series, among other things. And and so we're going to talk about some of these series tonight, and we have about 5 bullet points that we're going to drill into if we have time. But before we do this, I got to give you props, because I was talking to my wife about this interview tonight, and I was like, I'm really excited for this series of this talk, because I can tell that you are intentional in the series that you write. I can tell this because each one of your series hits like a major theme in lit RPG, right? And I'll tell you what I mean by that. So I can tell that, like, you talk about. So we're talking about Western lit RPG here.
Yeah.
And I think comedy is a very distinct part of that. And then the apocalypse subgenre of lit RPG. You have the overpowered MC. You have sort of like dungeon diving and completing dungeons.
Yeah.
You have what violence kind of does to the MC. Like, each one of your series hits one of these major themes of what our genre is all about. Tell me, I'm just curious. Is that intentional?
I think I might have been drunk. No, but honestly, if you're feeling intention, what you're really getting is my mood for what type of chaos and how I want to turn something based off the popularity of the RPG, the popular tropes, into something that I want to like just explore and dive into. Overpowered Wizard, for example, was the idea of, what if this guy is so freaking strong? He's a threat to everybody. So it's like he's the main character, but he's so freaking strong. He has to control his darkness, or else he'll just spread out and just destroy everything. And he comes from a powerful bloodline. So his whole journey is like redeeming all his failures until he finally could come out as the guy he really wants to be. Rogue Ascension, for example, it's really just me having stupid fun with the apocalypse system, and all of a sudden it got popular.
Well, but you hit some major things in Rogue Ascension, right? Like, book 1 starts. It's about conquering a dungeon. Is that right? Was that book 1?
Book 1 was Joey
Eclipse.
Joey Eclipse wanted to achieve greatness and being like a super little badass guy running across this new world. And the fun part about that one was Joey loved the system. He loved the apocalypse. Because before then, he was just this loser that worked at the Amazon shipping warehouse and has to deal with his freaking roommates who don't do the dishes or they mess with his stuff.
Yeah.
He's like this young 18-year-old guy just struggling to survive. And then the apocalypse happens and he just leans fully into it. It becomes like a great adventurer.
The Shade Dragon Rogue. Yeah.
Oh my God. The beginning was so cheesy, but people embraced it and ran with it. Yeah. His first choice, I got so many complaints about the first choice, and then the people who followed up loved it afterwards because it was unusual. He picked slight spoiler, but it's the beginning, so it doesn't matter. He picked the Shade Dragon tail, and everybody's like, why the fuck would he pick a tail as an epic power, right? Until it starts like moving around invisible and whipping like a heavy bullwhip and treating people's heads like eggshells.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Joey was a savage. Like, literally, one of my best comments was the fact that this main character commits war crimes and if he was ever meant to sign the Geneva Conventions, he will wipe his ass with it.
Ah. you gotta admire a character like that. Well, let's have Daryl. Maybe we could put the pressure on Daryl and have him explain Path of the Slayer.
Lord.
Can we put you on the
for it.
spot like that?
Go for
Yeah,
it.
sure. I like this series because I mean this Arden is like he's not an overpowered cat at all, and you see him through the series. Just it's progression, but it's not to the point where it's just like he's just easily taking stuff out. Like he's struggling, and he actually has to have a team behind him every once in a while to get things done. But his team is so off kilter. Like there's Hellion. He got this arm just talking into his head like, yes, we will slay everyone, my liege. Just like beautiful. I think he's probably my favorite character because I kind of based his voice off of I'm a Transformers fan, so I used to watch Beast Wars all the time. So I based his voice a little bit more off of the Megatron character off of there with the very, yes, my liege, we will bathe in their blood. I'm like, beautiful. And then he's got a motorcycle that was made out of it was like this crazy ice wolf creature. It's like what the fuck is going on? I'm loving it. And like I think Jeff pointed out on Reddit, and then the guys at Royal Guard, they mentioned like, oh, he's got hair like you. I was like, yeah, I guess it was just meant to be. But yeah, I love the progression of it. I like to start off where he's just an underdog, like nobody believes in him, and he's like, I gotta believe in myself.
Yeah.
And he's just pushing and pushing, and then then you see him just kind of like owning people. Like I think my favorite scene in the first book was when all these like high level hunters go after him, and he just owns them. He's like, man, get the hell out of here with the elbows.
Well,
and then he's like, hey, and then also check out my ex. Bye. Go. I was like, beautiful. Oh man, like I felt like as a person myself, I was like, I feel so much retribution in this. This is lovely. So like I'm loving it.
No, so that's book one, and people say book one's a little slow, but yeah, it's a little slow. It takes some time to pick up. But book two though.
Hunter,
man.
It depends on who you talk to. I was just having this conversation with Jess from the Other Worlds podcast last night. You talk to some people and it's like, oh, this moves too slow. You talk to other people and they're like, oh man, it's just so much coming at you. And you can't please everybody. But progression, has to progress. Like that's the definition of progression. But I want to tell you that Arden, like when I see Arden everywhere, like doesn't matter, like you have like the ads you have taken out. And to me, that picture of Arden, and doesn't matter which picture it is like, I mean, it's like lit RPG. That's what I see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love the glowing, whatever that is that he's got on his hand. What is that claw thing?
That's Hellion. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Literally his talking arm.
Yeah.
Like the first scene in the book is like he wakes up and he has to put on a prosthetic, and everybody's like, oh, main character's already starting off struggling. The first chapter was like pure struggle, bro. Put that man, but it makes all his gains and all his growth so worth it.
Yeah.
It makes it so worth it. I'm working on book 4 right now. Which is kind of ridiculous because it's supposed to come out next month, but let's not talk about that. But I'm over getting to the point in the series where now Arden has done all the tricks to sort of like overcome the fact that he has to start from behind. And he has to work his way to catch up to these unbelievably powerful people. And then I just threw even more at him, where he's just dealing with like straight killers that will like eat him alive if he's not politically savvy, a little bit charming, like straight on the gun and just using every advantage. And even then he had to like take a step back and realize, yo, I just need pure power. So he takes advantage of the one thing he doesn't like use enough. But I'm not gonna talk too much about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daryl, are you ready? You ready for book 4?
Man, I'm I'm trying. I'm getting up there. Yeah, like I see book 3 is on the horizon, so I got one more of Hunter's books to finish up, and then we're gonna move right into book 4 too. I have been really like gunning at getting all my schedules and stuff set up because man, 2025 was a loaded year. Like it was, and it was like back ended loaded.
Yeah.
To where it's like, okay, like I had like sprinkles of books here to do like in the summertime, and then like the holidays, and it's like, hey, crank out these 5 books. I was like, oh crap. So
you become more popular, man. You become more
yeah,
popular.
yeah. I'm trying to get that way because I work a full-time job too, along with the narration, and just like you, Jared, the 3 kids, and they are expensive. Like these books are paying for my son's soccer.
That's right.
My lord, soccer, taekwondo, and band. But yeah, I'm looking forward to book 3 and 4, and I'm scheduling to where I can just focus on those and get those knocked out after I finish up the last few things I need to for this month.
Well, Daryl, you joined us. You're at a library conference down in Dallas right now, and I appreciate you taking the time to be with us. I'm going to put us back on track a little bit because this is where we are. I am trying to keep us to kind of a concise schedule. I used to podcast for like an hour and a half, and people listen to podcasts basically on their commute. So we try to keep it to an abbreviated time. So I'm going to take us to our first question, you guys, which is Hunter, of all your stories here, you have a connection spawned from your first main character. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
J motherfucking Luckrun. He's the best way to describe it is he's the craziest, most failed upward character I've ever written, and anybody who decided to finish Apocalypse Comedy from beginning to end, I apologize. You got pulled into my first like foray into like publishing a series, and it was quite mad. It was very, very out there. It was like let's just say I decided to just jump in and challenge myself, and among Jay was all these other crazy characters he had to bounce off of, and Zeno Robinson did an amazing job as the narrator. He even went to my Discord and told me, dude, thank you for letting me do Apocalypse Comedy because I had a lot of fun. And I'm like, yeah, but that series was kind of too crazy for the general audience of Lit RPG, but it was fun.
Yeah. So tell us then how your other stories have that connection to that character.
Well, at the end of the day, spoiler, Jay wrecked the system, and he had to build his own. And all of my other stories are branched off of the foundations of that.
Okay.
So it's all founded off of the main character of Apocalypse Comedy, and that's what led to Rogue Ascension. And Rogue Ascension became famous, and some people will go back and read Apocalypse Comedy every now and then.
Is this in Multiverse Z? Is this?
That's where Multiverse Z comes in.
Okay.
And then I made one of the most rookie mistakes ever. I started another series that's connected to the second series before the second series finished.
Wait.
And then Path of the Slayer happened, which is also connected to Rogue Ascension before it finished.
Oh man. And so we have another question here that I think is related. So I'm going to hit it now, if you don't mind. And that's one day you said that you might do a crossover book with all of your main characters. Would we ever see that?
It's possible, but I've grown with the experience to understand such a book would be too high high in the power tiers. It'll be too ridiculous for the general audience.
Yeah.
So I have a different plan to sort of bring back characters for cameos. Because I've been doing that already. They'll pop in here and there.
Yeah.
But probably in a future book, I'll do even a bigger one.
So then would Daryl come in as the voice of Arden? Or how does that work for an audiobook?
It depends, because it depends on who I want that will like specifically do the best job for that series.
Yep.
And if a character we know from an older series shows up, I'm just gonna tell the narrator, hey, you can look up at the other series to get a good idea, but this is your series, so you get to represent them as best you can.
Yeah. Well, so I'm wondering because in my Celtic trilogy, book 3, so Andrea Parsnow plays one of the voices in book 2.
Oh, wow.
And book 3, that character isn't featured as much, but hopefully we'll make like a cameo, like you said. And I'm wondering to myself, okay, then do I go back to Andrea and say, hey, like, can you just do this? Can you just do these few lines? You know what I mean? Or do you just stick with that one narrator? It's got to be tough as an author, right? When you have all these voices you like.
That's why I try to go for 2 narrators, male and female voice. So generally speaking, the girls are gonna handle the girl voices better than the guys, and you let them do the best that they can. The good thing is, even if you have, it's hard to do that within a series, but when you're starting a new series, you can have an old narrator or a new narrator, and people are gonna follow with it as long as it's still the same narrator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people become very used to a certain voice, and very, it's almost a shock when those voice changes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's funny, I had this conversation with Andrea about that, and I was like, look, she didn't do book 1, and I'm having her come in and do book 2 because one of these characters from book 1 became a main character. And I was like, I didn't include notes about that because I trust you and I want you to do whatever you want. And she's like, I appreciate that. I said, but your readers are like, I need to know what the voice sounded like in book 1, because the readers are like, they're going to want that. They're going to want that consistency. And I respect that.
They do want consistency.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think, Daryl?
Yeah, I mean, not only do I narrate, but I love listening to audiobooks. That's the main reason why I got into it. And I remember, I think there was this one series, Super Sales on Superheroes. It started off with Jeff Hayes, and then it switched over to Nick Podell. And while both are amazing, but they obviously have a difference in the way that they portray characters, and that shift kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
And then there's been other series where I've heard R.C. Bray, and then they'll switch to a different narrator. R.C. Bray, he's got a very distinct voice, and there's very few people that can fill the same role that he does, and it just kind of like the story's still good, but then you're like, that's not R.C. So, yeah, it kind of helps to stay consistent with your narrator along the way.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to take us to another question, which is again related, I think, to this connections between all the stories. And in a fair fight, who would win between Joey, Jay, Arden, or Zarian?
In a fair fight, so we're gonna take away Jay's trickery, and all of them are the same power level.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Okay, so if all of them are at the same power level, and we have to enforce Jay being fair, and if Joey gets is honorless, there's no honor. They're just same power level but no honor, right? Fuck. I'm gonna have to give it to. I'm gonna give it slightly to Joey.
Really? Okay.
Man.
Slightly to Joey.
Okay. All right.
I give it just slightly, because if you take away, if it's all fair, Jay slides to third place. Zarian will get taken out pretty fast.
Really?
Arden will hold his own, but Joey has anti-magic powers, and he's totally busted.
Daryl, you agree with this?
That hurts to hear.
I know.
That's not cool, man.
Who's like playing? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Arden
I can't. Yeah.
Arden pulls second.
That's pretty good, though.
I'll take second as long as it's not a distant second. I'll take it.
Nah, it's a close one, because if it wasn't a fair fight, Jay would win.
Dang.
If it was, yeah, sorry. But Joey, the only reason Joey pulls first is just he has some bullshit powers. He has some bullshit powers.
I mean, it wouldn't be lit RPG if there weren't some bullshit powers in there.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right. So we have about 4 minutes left. I have one more question, and then I want to hear from you all what you have coming out and where we can find you. So be thinking about that here. The last question is about the Webtoons. And I heard rumors that Hunter, you may be doing a Webtoon here in the future. Is that correct?
That is correct. It's gonna be overpowered wizard. However, it all depends. It all depends on Webtoons and if we could get there. There's things that have to happen in the background to make it possible.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
How close are we?
I'm not gonna even say close.
Okay.
It's still taking a while.
Okay. And do you get to, I mean, are you deeply involved? Will you be deeply involved in that process, choosing the artist and all that stuff?
It's already been chosen. So all of that's working. We're working on it right now.
Okay.
We got concept art and like all sorts of things. And I won't lie, when I got to see the first couple of chapters getting done, it's pretty badass. It's pretty badass. It's Zarian, and okay, so Zarian doesn't win in a fight between the four main characters. He comes last, but you know, he's still got that dog in him.
Yeah.
If you don't, quick little spoiler of connections. Zarian, the main character, overpowered wizard, his lineage comes from Joey and Jay's family tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why he kind of gets beat up by the old guys.
Yeah, I guess so. But he's got it in him, you know.
He got it in him.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm excited. I would love to see my daughter got me into Webtoons, and go ahead.
Wait. One more thing for Daryl.
What's up?
Even though Arden may lose to Joey, Arden would get his because of Joey's daughter.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, but I think I what?
Remember, her name is Melody Eclipse.
Are you serious? Oh, that's petty though. Right? Yeah, he do it. Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's why book 4 of Slayer will come out in March, and I'm going straight back to Rogue Ascension to finish that series before we finish Path of the Slayer. Because
it's all coming together in Daryl's mind now.
It's coming
beautiful.
Yeah, when you look back at that scene, just know, even though Joey will win the fight, Arden will get his.
yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. All right.
People, you're gonna blow people's minds here. They're gonna listen to this and be like, "Oh my gosh!" And I'm sure there's some people that pick that up. But
I'm gonna stay quiet about that.
it gets. Oh man.
well, we can't top that, Hunter. I think from here we're good. We hit the 30-minute mark just now, guys, and stayed true. We can let Daryl go to his conference. And so tell us before we go, Daryl. I'm going to start with you. What you have coming out and where we can find you.
I'll keep it brief. I got to check me out on Audible. Slew of books out there. Of course, more Path of the Slayer is coming out, plus some other lit RPG series, and also catch me on some shows on Crunchyroll. I'll be on Gachiakata, One Piece, all that stuff, man. So
One Piece, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Which character for Gachiakata?
I was in episode 2, just like a minor character. I got my ass kicked by the main guy I have a hoodie on. I was like swinging at him with the horse, and he took me out.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, gotta start somewhere.
and what about One Piece? Where can we find you on One Piece?
One Piece, I'm in. Oh God, it's like episode 50,003. But it's Bonnie. I'm one of Bonnie's crew members. He's a character named Potato. Just like, hey, there's the island, Captain. We'll find you dead there. So just look for a very loud, heavy set character. That's gonna be me.
Well, my son loves One Piece, so yeah. I'll see if he recognizes that. Cool, man. And we'll see you at Lit RPG Con, right?
See you, man.
I will be there.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, Hunter. What about you?
You can just find me on Amazon. I'm Hunter Mythos, writer of Apocalypse Comedy, Rogue Ascension, Overpowered Wizard, Path of the Slayer. I will be at Lit RPG Con. I'll be at Jordan Con. Other than that, I don't know if I'll be at Dragon Con. I might make an appearance just to hang out. But other than that, I am in a transition right now where I'm leaving behind my earthly possessions and just traveling the world, living that dream of, you carry your laptop, you work at the beach, you get some coffee, and you're just in island paradise or whatever. I decided I'm gonna just go do it.
So where are you gonna be? Where are the next few spots?
The first spot is the DR, the
Nice.
Dominican Republic, for a little while. Somewhere else in South America, that I come back for JordanCon, that I fly over somewhere else in South America, come back for the RPG Con, and who knows? I'll just let the wind take me, man.
I want to hear all about it, man. This summer. That sounds
awesome.
It's fortunate that I don't have I don't have a wife, no children, just a single man. It's unfortunate, I don't have a home or anything like that. I guess I'll just go and wander the world and just see what's out there.
Yeah, Daryl and I will live vicariously through Hunter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, that sounds great. So I want to hear all about it this summer. If I could put a plug in here. So after Hunter, this Wednesday, Troy Osgood is going to come on the podcast. And then we'll be after Rex Beyond Quests at 8:00. And then next Sunday, March 1st, Always Rolls a One's coming on. He does a gladiator's life, a soldier's life.
Yeah.
March 4th, I will be on Jess's In Other Worlds podcast. It will be released. And I, check out our calendar. We have just, there's something every week for the fans of Lit RPG. Nice. But I'm very thankful that you both could be here today. Thank you so much for coming.
Back at you, man. Thank you for having
me. Absolutely. Same here.
Yeah, I was thinking about you the whole time while I was like, having a crazy night last night, and I was like, I must make it to the podcast. I won't miss it. I won't allow it.
I appreciate it. And I was
at the club, I just gotta make sure I make it back.
Podcast. Keep it in mind.
Shock.
I appreciate it, man.
You do not understand the mind of who's writing for you. That's why I don't have to do anything specific.
Yeah, no, it's just
Yeah.
a conversation. That's all. But thank you guys. We'll let you go from here, and
All right.
I'm
Yep.
gonna click end stream. All right.
Cool.
All right.
Adios.
Adios.